Hey guys, Nick from Practical Tactic here. 2014 NRA show. I'm here with John from AAC. Now, for all you guys that watch the show, you know I love the 300 Blackout.
Who don't?
That's exactly it. Now, there's some people that aren't on board. Right. A lot of guys are like 2 to 3, 5, 5, 6. Why would I switch?
I've heard that it's kind of like a dead cartridge. Now, with 300 Blackout, everybody with 5.56, especially our people, want the shortest gun possible, which is awesome. But the problem with getting a short 5.56 gun is you lose the velocity that makes that round work. You've got a smaller cartridge requiring faster velocity. For every inch you take off of a 5.56 barrel, you lose 85 to 250 feet per second per inch. Well, with Blackout, it's designed around a 9-inch gun so that I get a velocity that'll make the round work in that short gun. And then when I put the silencer on top of it, it's even better. Now, we also make not only the 9-inch guns, but 12.5 and 16. The 16 for those guys who don't want to do an NFA SBR. But you don't get that whopping increase in velocity as you go longer. When I go from a 9-inch to a 12.5 inch, I'm only gaining about 100 feet per second, which is less than I lose per inch when I go in 5.56.
Absolutely.
So with the 300 Blackout, it's like, you know, you're hitting them twice. You're hitting them with a bigger bullet.
Absolutely.
With 9-inch 300 Blackout, I get about 23% more energy on target than I do in 5.56 in a comparable barrel length. So if I go for a 9-inch 300 Blackout, a comparable energy on target with 5.56, I have to go to a 14.5-inch barrel. But everybody wants the shorter gun.
Absolutely.
That's why you go with 300 Blackout. Plus, I have reliable subsonic, so with the silencer I can be as quiet as an MP5 SD, but I can also change into full velocity ammo and have that 23% more energy on target than a comparable length 5.56.
Now let's talk about the gun a little bit here, because if I remember right, you guys designed this to be better than the MP5 SD.
Exactly. So the design criteria on the 9-inch gun was a comparison to an MP5 SD. They wanted a gun that was no longer than a fixed stock MP5 SD overall, no more sound than an MP5 SD with subsonic ammunition, and no heavier than an MP5 SD. So this is the exact same length. If we put them side by side, they'd be exactly the same length. The sound is almost identical, depending on your temperature, humidity, and altitude. It's within a dB or two, back and forth, but it's still 1.5 pounds lighter than an MP5 SD. Plus, I have the ability to go from that submachine gun quality or velocity ammunition, but they're using a 124 grain bullet doing about 800 feet per second versus a 220 grain bullet doing 900 feet per second. And then I can put full velocity rifle ammunition in here and again have that 23% more energy on target than 5.56 in the same gun. And our gun is set up so that you can use subsonic or supersonic with a silencer, without a silencer, semi-auto or full auto in an appropriate NFA lower, interchangeably without changing gas systems or anything else. I don't have to be smarter than the gun. I simply load the gun, fire the gun. If I grab a magazine that's subsonic, it still works. The guys that use our stuff in the real world, they can't be worrying about what configuration of the gun is. It's got to work every single time. Okay. And we bring that to you.
All right. So now we've obviously converted all these guys 300 Blackout.
Right.
So they're going to suppress it. What suppressor do they need to get?
This is a 7.62 SDN6. We have a good, better, best in our line.
Okay.
This has been our premier can for a long time. I own a couple of these. We brought back the 7.62 SD this year, which is a little bit longer, a little bit different configuration on the inside. That comes in at $650. This is $1,050, and then we have the new SR7, a little bit better technology, a little lighter, a little bit better mounting system, $1,200. Everybody out there owns 51 tooth mounts on their rifles.
Yep.
Fits on your 51 tooth mount. This can also be used for you guys who still don't want to go 5.56 or out of 5.56 and 223. It can be used on 204 Ruger up to 308, all in one can.
That's awesome.
All you do is you buy the appropriate 51 tooth mount, put it onto your rifle, and this silencer will work on it. So you can have one silencer for pretty much all your rifle platforms.
That is awesome. All right, guys, get your 300 Blackouts.
Blackout.
Get your AAC rifles and suppressors. Hey, John, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, guys, take care. Nick out.